Hello and welcome back to the Nendorotchi channel. Today I have a Nendoroid unboxing, finally. My last few videos have not been focusing on Nendoroids, however we are veering right back in that direction. My next 3 videos will be Nendoroid unboxings and reviews. So today's video is going to be a bit of an unboxing, a bit of a story time. If you're following me on Instagram, which you should be by the way, link here, you'll know already of the slight feud that I was having with a specific company, a UK based company, and I never really anticipated anything was going to go wrong because I'd ordered through them before. I'll save it for the story time, but basically I have the Nendoroid now through slightly different means. The Nendoroid in question is Nendoroid 334 Morizono Ricca. Now I wanted her specifically for some Halloween shoots, but of course she did not arrive in time. I got her on Wednesday, I got her a few days ago. She's been sitting in her box ever since because I've been busy with uni work and unboxing the Switch, as you'll have seen in my last video. But I wanted her anyway because she comes with a lot of extra fun parts. She comes with an additional body, like just a straight up extra body, so I'm hoping I'm going to be able to make a bit of a hybrid Frankenstein Nendoroid from all of my different parts now that I have a full-on body, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I think I'll start with the story time and then perhaps go into the unboxing. I'll put a timestamp somewhere here if you aren't interested in the story and just want to go straight to the unboxing, which is completely reasonable, I understand. But if you do want to hear about the little feud that I had with the company and some warnings of how to avoid what I did, then listen up for the story time, which is starting now. So essentially what happened was I ordered this Nendoroid, who was actually on sale at the time. I think she was about £19. It came just above 20 with shipping and everything. It was directly from the UK. It's a company called Ion Asia, and I don't feel bad mentioning their name, A, because I don't get many views, so I can't imagine it's going to really impact anybody in any way, but also because I think they've gone out of business now, and this is kind of the context to the story. So I ordered her, as I said, I think it was mid to late October. She should have arrived in time for Halloween essentially, so I ordered her in plenty of time for that. I paid through PayPal and everything went well, the payment went through. On the website they'd acknowledged that the payment had been received from PayPal, the money left my bank account, so I knew for sure it had 100% gone through. And I got an automated email from them confirming my order and saying that they'd send me more dispatch information once it was available, of course. Usually I think they dispatch between 1 to 2 days. I have actually gone through this company before a while ago. The second Nendoroid I ever bought, which was Snow Miku 2014 version, I actually bought through Ion Asia and they were wonderful. The service was very punctual, they used very good delivery methods, and I had absolutely no problems with them. So I figured post-hiatus it must be the same, right? You know, more people are interested in Nendoroids these days, so surely their company has flourished and is providing even better support than they did previously. Of course that was not the case, and I didn't really notice until I'd had a little bit of time to properly scope out their site that there was a lot of red flags that just didn't sit well with me when I realised what was actually going down. Basically about a week after I paid, I think I paid on like a Friday night, so like I wasn't expecting any kind of dispatch information until like Monday or Tuesday at earliest, but it came to like Thursday, Friday of the next week, and I ended up emailing them asking what the situation was with my order, why it hadn't been dispatched. And you know, I would have just got a refund at that point if they said, oh, we don't have any left, we mispriced her, whatever had been the case, I would have been okay with that. Just kind of refund me and I will go on my merry way. Of course that did not happen, so I emailed them, no response. About a week later I emailed them, no response. At this point I think I'd already done a little bit of research into the company. I went on a couple of forums on my figure collection and a lot of people were giving them very, very bad reviews, specifically pertaining to their pre-order products, which you need to put a deposit down for. And of course when a company goes bust, they're not going to fulfill your pre-orders, right? But these pre-orders, you place them like sometimes years in advance, like a year to now it's looking more like 14 months, 16 months for some of the bigger, more detailed, expensive figures. But yeah, they were taking these deposits from people, and by the time the release date comes round, obviously the buyer protection is completely out of date, and nobody had any way of getting their money back from those pre-orders that they just weren't getting because the company they were ordering from was out of business and didn't even receive them in the first place. So I've been hearing really bad things about that. Obviously a lot of people were just drilling into everybody else's heads, do not pre-order from Ion Asia, they will not fulfill your orders and you will not be able to get a refund purely because of the time that's elapsed between you putting in your deposit and realising that the company have screwed you over, essentially. But I had been hearing decent things about the stock that was, you know, in their hands already, and I'd been assuming that if they're putting a lot of sale items out, it's because they have them and they're wanting to get rid of them, right? So when I ordered Ricca, she was a sale item, and I figured, you know, they'll have her in stock, they'll ship her out, it'll be easy if they have it anyway, right? If they get my money, it's not that big of a deal to just ship an Nendoroid, right, to like Scotland from England. It shouldn't be that big of a deal, but I just didn't get any email response from these people. And I don't know, I was getting really weird vibes from it. The one thing that frustrated me the most is that if they're out of business, why have they not shut their site down? Why have they not made it impossible for people to pay them? Because they took my payment. They did. Like, it just went right through. There was no problems. PayPal didn't say, oh, red flag, this company is, don't go down that route. Like, it all just went through. And then the worst part, when I eventually realised that I was not going to be getting this Nendoroid, I went through PayPal to try and get a refund through buyer protection, and the first step that they want you to do is they want you to try and get in touch with the seller through PayPal so they can monitor the conversations between the buyer and the seller in that specific claim. So I did. I wasn't expecting any kind of response at all, given that I had been given no responses to any of my previous emails before escalating this to PayPal. And of course, nothing came through, apart from an automated email from Ion Asia telling me that my payment from PayPal had actually failed, which of course it hadn't, because weeks prior the money had left my account, gone through PayPal, and they said on their site that the payment had been successfully received and they were just awaiting dispatch. So clearly there's a lie going on there. At that point I decided to sign back into my Ion Asia account and found that the payment received from PayPal confirmation had just gone and was replaced by payment failed. Please contact us for alternative payment options. Now, nobody's going to do that, are they, really, after waiting a month for an Nendoroid? That is never gonna come. Like, it's not gonna arrive. It just, they have it in their possession, but they've probably muted their accounts. Like, they probably didn't even know that the money went through, which is very frustrating. If they're going to go radio silent, they need to shut their site down, right? That just, it makes sense. Don't continue to accept payments on a site that just isn't gonna fulfill the requests. That's a scam. Like, I'm fairly sure that is an illegal scam, and I said that to PayPal. Finally, I just escalated it to them. I spoke directly to PayPal just via email interactions, and they finally gave me the money back. They say they recovered it, so I'm not sure if they brought it back from Ion Asia. I really hope they did, because they do not deserve that £21. It's frustrating, but it would have been more frustrating had I not won the claim and not got the money back, which, you know, wasn't the case. I have the money back in my bank account, and that it is what it is. But then how did I get the Ricca Nendoroid, you ask? Well, I have a few sellers on eBay that I follow religiously, and I know that they're legitimate, and this one seller in particular I bought from quite a lot over the summer. Clearly an ex-collector who was just getting rid of a bunch of their stuff, and I knew from previous purchases through them that the Nendoroids were completely legit. They were selling scale figures as well. Like, this was clearly a very avid collector who just wanted to let go of everything. And I never saw the Ricca Nendoroid on their site before, on their eBay store, but a few days ago, well, probably about a week ago now, when I was looking, there she was. That was actually the seller I got my previous Takapo Nendoroid from, so I don't know if I just overlooked it the first time or if she hadn't been listed at this point yet, but she was listed when I checked back again, and I bought her immediately for, in all, it was a little bit more expensive than it would have been from Ion Asia, purely because of the shipping and stuff, but I didn't have any problems with that at all because I trusted the seller and I knew that I was actually going to get her, and now I have her. So long story short, do your research into companies before you buy from them, because you never know what's gonna happen. Even if it's a company you used to trust, just bear in mind they might not be who they once were. And read forums. Read my figure collection, check there to see if anybody's warning of any problems with that site, just avoid it. Or pay through PayPal so that you at least have a backup if anything were to happen. So that's my story time. I hope I can edit that down quite a lot because that was about 11 minutes worth of just me rambling. So now I'm going to go on with the unboxing of Nendoroid 334 Morizono Ricca. It's been a long time coming. So despite the fact that she came from a seller second hand, she was completely sealed, so I will break that seal just now. So here we have the empty box with some alternating poses on the sides and back, and of course the bottom and the top, just very standard, slightly older style Nendoroid box. This is actually my favourite style of Nendoroid box. I really wish they hadn't changed it, but we can go ahead and get that out of the way. We've got the instruction manual, and at this point I believe they only give the instructions out in Japanese, yes. So just a quick overview of all the parts there. And here's the figure in her blister packaging, which I'll go ahead and remove right now. So here she is out of the blister. I've taken the top layer off so that you can see all the parts a little bit more easily. So here we have the main figure in her standard pose. She's got lots of plastic around her to prevent paint transfer, which I'll take off just now. She's really, really cute. I like her a lot. And as I say, this is my second Da Capo Nendoroid, so the uniforms are really, really similar throughout them. Here's the second body that she comes with. So it's a school dress by the looks of it with a big bow on the back. This is really, really cute. I like this a lot. There's a peg in here just to stop the hole from closing up. Comes with the neck joint attached to it and some arms, no legs or lower body by the looks of it, so I will need to try and get some lower body part to stick in there if I do want to make a Franken Nendoroid, but that's looking lovely. Now these are the accessories that I wanted for my Halloween shoot because this is like, it looks very much like a witch's cape. I don't know if it's meant to be, and this kind of looks like a wand, which again I don't think it is, I think it's like a pointer, but there's that with the hand attached to it. Here we have an optional winking faceplate and an angry one. Not super angry, but like displeased. Here's some optional hair parts to attach to her where her pigtails are. I think this is meant to look like they're kind of a bit floaty, I think. We'll find out when I check out the parts a bit more, but some optional hair pieces. Here we have a single optional bent leg part. The sock is really nice with the ribbon on it. That's really cute. And we have a couple of optional arms for her standard body with a pointing hand, and that looks like a, I don't know, a hand on hip kind of situation. And very similar looking optional hand parts with arms for the second body that she comes with. So another pointing hand and another potentially hand on hip, both with bent arms. And of course just the standard base. We do have a couple extra parts in here for the arc, which I'm interested in. So here's just the standard arc that comes with most Nendoroids. Here we have a tiny one, which I don't really know what that's for. And a part that I'm assuming you put through the cape when you want to display her like that. Actually no, there's no hole in the back of the cape, so nothing for a stand to go through there. Maybe just elongator part so that the stand actually reaches the base of the figure perhaps. We'll find out soon. I'm going to put her into a number of poses and I will get right back to you. So here's Ricca with her standard body still. I've kept the standard faceplate also, but I've added the cape here and the wand slash pointer. I'm not entirely sure what it's supposed to be, as I keep saying. I honestly don't know any of her origins, but I really like it. I'll probably display her like this. I do think she looks really cute. This is the reason I wanted to buy her after all, even though it's a little bit too late to feature in Halloween posts now. Okay, so actually I think I might have changed my mind. I think I want to display her like this. The hair looks really, really nice floating up like that. Her face is really striking, especially with her blue eyes, which you can really see in the light there. I really, really like them. And this body, it's really, really well detailed. I don't think I like pointed that out enough earlier. Like the gold buttons, the plaid is like so neat and well done, and the ribbon on the back is really, really nicely painted with the black lines on it. And again, the socks are really, really cute. Yeah, I think I'll keep her like this. The other poses that she comes in are just kind of a bit lackluster, honestly. It's kind of, you know, hand parts, arm parts. There's no other accessories really, so I'm not going to bother. You can see any of these poses up on my figure collection on the official pages if you'd like to. I'll put a link to her My Figure Collection page in the description if you're interested in seeing pictures like that. And yeah, I'll get all this stuff out of the way so I can do an outro. So that was just a really quick look at Nendoroid Ricca. I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you enjoyed the story time at the start. Please do take heed from what I said though. Check out forums relating to new sites that you haven't necessarily bought from before. Check them out, see what other people in the community are saying before just jumping in and purchasing. If it is something you need to buy really quickly, if it's like something that's in the sale, like Ricca for example, and you're really anxious to just buy it, do it through PayPal, because their buyer protection, their seller protection as well is just, it's really, really good. I've heard a couple of negative experiences, but that is kind of when there's blurred lines between the seller and the buyer, like who's telling the truth, that kind of thing. Whereas this was just straight down the line, I did not receive the product and I paid for it, they are lying, and I got the money back. So if anything like that does happen, you do have that safety net of PayPal. But if it's not an immediate urgent purchase, please do your research into new sites and make sure that you're not getting scammed out of any money. Even if you have purchased from them before, if it was a long time ago like me, just be careful because companies change and sometimes they change for the better, and sometimes, like Ion Asia, they go out of business and they change for the worst. Thank you very much for listening to all that, and thank you for supporting the channel. Please check out some more videos if you haven't already seen them. My last video was my Pikachu and Eevee Let's Go Nintendo Switch bundle unboxing, and I'm absolutely loving the game so far. My Hori Switch case arrived yesterday, and I'll put a couple of pictures up on my Instagram of that, so please follow me on Instagram as well, at nendorotchi, and I'll be putting some pictures of Ricca up as well because she's really, really cute, and as I say, she looks really awesome in this pose, very striking, and I don't have any other Nendoroids like this. I'm very excited to finally have her, and maybe I'll take some pictures of her next Halloween. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye!